Hello folks, so welcome back to the Masters Championship. I do apologise for what happened there, just the game just completely glitched out on everybody. But we have the drivers back in, we have our custom grid and all sorted, so everybody that qualified in their qualifying position are in the correct positions now in the top 10 all at the start in the softs, and outside the top 10 you can do whatever tire you want. So Joe's still with me, so that's good. He's still awake, so you know that's an even better sign.
Dan, I'll be going to bed now after this probably.
I'm surprised you're not asleep yet, but yeah, this is at 19 drivers. Medium pilot is on pole, Lewis in second, so it's going to be interesting, and hopefully this time nobody disconnects and the lobby can go off without any qualms. Let's just check and see if everybody actually has followed the tyres. They have, yeah. That's good to see. That's absolutely excellent. So there'll be no 20-second penalties being handed out, but a couple of drivers have changed though. Like Josh and Wesker have both now went for the softs, and so has Dark Bolt and Cliffy. They all started the mediums last time, but this time they went for the softs. So now it's very, very interesting now to see how this gets on. But we'll see now. Hopefully this formation lap nobody disconnects. And I hope it's...
Yeah, I don't think... maybe the boys didn't change their... remember, do you know the way it says edit strategy? The boys probably didn't customize it or so. That's the way they're going softs.
That could be true. As Keith Keel was also wrote in the YouTube chat saying, Joe, go to bed. So yeah. So there you go. I just hope that as well for this here that it doesn't like lag for everybody, because I am streaming and hosting and my connection hasn't been the best this past while, so hopefully, fingers crossed, everything goes off plain sailing. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how Josh and Wesker get on, both 13th to 14th on a set of soft tyres. They should be substantially quicker than the likes of SH and Scuba in front of them, being on the faster compounded tyres. And it's going to be interesting to see what Cliffy can do from the back of the field on a set of softs, because we do know Cliffy has the pace, and he didn't really show it in qualifying because he went hards and then mediums, so hopefully he can get a good result for Cliffy. But yeah, Joe, they're coming around now to the last couple of corners. So we were talking about before who we think's going to win the race. Who are you going to go for your race winner?
Medium pilot.
You're going to go medium pilot. Well, I'm going to say Lewis. I think if Lewis gets in front, Lewis will probably pull away. It's going to be interesting to see how long Pilot can keep it behind, and if he can keep him behind. But hopefully we do have another different winner, because Lewis winning every single race is a bit boring for some of the viewers. But yeah, we'll see. And I think he has racing line on as well, as you said before, so he's going to be the alien that we all know. But
yeah, hopefully for a good start and a good race.
Yeah, well, thankfully this time around nobody has disconnected from the formation lap, so hopefully there shouldn't be any glitches this time around. But we'll just wait. We'll just wait now as I get... Oh, this is the camera view I want. This is it. Gives me 5 lights, but I know for a fact them 5 lights aren't out yet. So wait to see a medium pilot gets on as the boys rev up there to get going. And we are underway now for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, and it looks like Lewis has got the better start over medium pilot, and he does. So that is now Lewis took one corner to get past medium pilot. Oh, and there's a spinner in the back. It's Coutinho. Coutinho's in the wall. That's wing damage for Coutinho. We can still keep going because there might be a safety car in the later race, but that's exactly what he needed. He needed a bolt and start, and that's exactly what he got. But Thomas is coming under attack now by Eltink. Oh, and he's pushing his way through. I think the two of them are desynced with each other. Yeah, they are, because it was a bit of argy-bargy, because I don't think Thomas seen him, but Eltink is now ahead of Nolan. So other than that, Joe, it's been a decent enough start.
Yeah, Mark's all over Wesker's face.
Yeah, Wesker's not having a great start on them soft compounded tyres, because Mark on the mediums is about to breeze past him. Scuba's also still had a decent start. Josh as well has had a fantastic start. I don't actually... Oh, it was SH is also on the mediums besides Scuba. So SH has had a very good start as well, but he's coming under threat now by Josh, who is on the soft tyres. Josh should make this move pretty easy on the fresher tyres. He does, round the outside. Yeah, SH couldn't really fight it too much. And that's now Josh into the top 10, and them soft tyres are working absolutely fantastic for him, as Matt is in P9, and the rest of it is still all pretty close together, and that's very good to see, as Coutinho at the back of the field has wing damage, but he's still not too far behind, so he could probably pit and go for a set of hards and go comfortably to the end of the race, so you never know.
No, you don't know, no. Not many people know cutting that. that under the bridge there, wherever it is.
Yeah, because I don't think
Darkhold has damage as well, actually, Dan. That's seen that.
Yeah, and Nolan's also got damage as well on the front left because he's in the pits as well, as Merck has what is that about? He's retired from the session.
Oh, it's at the wall there. He must spin and hit curve and stretch the wall.
Don't know why that is. As it's the virtual VSC, so it's a bit shame it's not towards the end of the lap because some of the boys could have pitted, but the timing screens for me are still messed up a wee bit, but that's probably because it's been hectic so far. Hopefully it should calm down a wee bit and we can actually see the gaps between everybody. But it's been a very good start, and Lewis still leads the way. Pilot's still not too far behind, and Tidgeman's still keeping pace with the two of them as well, and so is Perpetuum. So hopefully we get a four-way battle. But as we were saying, like, we were hoping someone was going to put a challenge up to Lewis, and literally takes off the line, turn one, bang, he's in the lead.
Yeah, well, that's Lewis for you. That was a sweaty Betty.
It's a sweaty Betty, but it looks like they are, I think, going. Just trying to see if I think they are both, and yeah, the VSC has ended. I was wondering. So Pilot actually has closed up under this VSC, so Lewis was caught a wee bit napping under, and you can see there Tidgeman and Perpetuum are very close behind, along with Thomas. Eltinks there as well. He's trying to barge it. He's eager to get past, but can't get past just yet. Matt's also made a move up on the P8, Pat's in the P7, and Josh is also in the P9, so someone has made, I think it was because Nolan pitted. That's why them boys have jumped up. Nolan's on hard, so Nolan's probably going to go to the end of this race. The next Gagino is going to probably have to make another pit stop. But yeah, Lewis has a half a second lead here, coming now round into start of lap 3, and hopefully now some of these bikes can close up, because as Josh makes a pit stop, so this is early. As Josh sustained wing damage as well, I think he might have. So I think Josh has had wing damage as well.
He doesn't, no?
He doesn't, so Josh is just going for an early pit stop. He must be going for a 2-stop strategy. But yeah, it's going to be interesting now to Joe, because apparently in practice these boys have been saying that these soft tyres overheat after the second lap. So this is going to provide now a lot of understeer for the guys that, like the guys in the soft tyres. Because it's going to be interesting to see like how long they can actually last. Maybe that's what's happened. Josh, maybe he's been like, nah, I'm just going to go for a 2-stop strategy here and hopefully see what happens.
Maybe the 2-stop is the way to go though. If you start mediums and go another set of mediums, and maybe hold on a set of softs at the end, but I should wait and find out and see. You know? Yeah,
well, we'll wait indeed. But medium Pilot down the straight looked like he was closing up. Scuba's also made a move on SH inside. And that was Wesker trying to make a darting move past SH as well, but he couldn't make the move stick. And Scuba on the medium tyres doing a pretty decent job at the minute. And ahead is Thomas about to pass Perpetuum. He has made a move into the chicane. Sorry I did miss it, but good move from Thomas. And Eltinks just right behind Perpetuum as well. So it's been a decent start from everybody at the minute.
Yeah, it's only a second and a half. Pat is just behind, so hopefully they close up and we just get good racing.
Yeah, Scuba's the big loss at the minute. He's 4 seconds behind, but that's to be expected on a set of medium tyres at the start of the race. Hopefully towards the end of the race, if he does do a 2-stop strategy, it will help him. If he does a 1-stop with a mediums to softs, then fair play. But Lewis set the fast lap, and then it was medium Pilot, then it was Thomas. So look at this, it's the top 6. Look at this, Joe. Top 6, 4 laps, only covered by under 3 seconds. That's what you want. Eltink, Jesus. Seen that? That was a good save he did there. After me saying about the top 3 being covered by 3 seconds, or top 5 covered by 3 seconds.
What's going on? Oh, he's after spinning. Around the first corner.
Cliffy's also in the pits as well for a set of medium tyres, so not many of these guys are staying out too long. Nolan's still on the hard, so Nolan's the only one that's on the hard tyres. Everybody else is going medium, so that's interesting. But Kalsper's right behind. Pilot's about to make the move on Lewis around the outside. Contact, but Lewis ghosted, so I don't really think it was too much in it. Lewis is trying to get a bit of a cutback. He should have DRS because there is 2 detection zones, and Lewis is going to try and make the move. Pilot's not really going to be able to defend it. I think Lewis is going to make it around the outside. Yeah, he does. Pilot can't really do anything about it. So, well, it looks like Lewis mightn't get it as easy as he thinks.
No, it's quite tough. Quite very, very, very close up there between the top 5. Very close.
It is indeed. Top 5 are covered by just under. It's actually under 2 seconds. It's 1.6 seconds covering the top 5. So that's just absolutely insane. Eltink's still not too far behind, and he's being chased now by Pat and Matt. Scuba still keeping the same gap to Matt, around about 3.8, 3.9 seconds, so still pretty close between them guys as well. Casper can't really make a move on Wesker, so not really much else going on down there at the minute. The main battle is the guys at the front, which Perpetuma's got a massive tank slapper out of the last corner. And thinks in the pits. Don't know if this is wing damage or if he's just going for an early stop. I think he's just going for an early stop because it doesn't look like they're repairing his wing. So this could be an interesting one now, because I think if he does get a lap or two under his belt before these boys pit, he actually could probably nearly jump some of these guys ahead of him.
Just noticed there, coming out of turn 1, Perpetume has a very happy rear, and I've noticed that for a few laps now. Last corner and chicane.
I've seen that as well. He must be running a very, very low downforce setup, but Pilot is closing, but he's not close enough to make the move on Lewis. Thomas is behind Tidgeman, who Thomas broke super late compared to Tidgeman, so he's just carrying so much more confidence on the brakes. As Kelsper does get past Wesker, pretty easy move, but I believe Thomas is the closest one to make a move here to the top 5. Is he going to go from inside and move on Tidgeman? He isn't, so can't really make the move. Perpetume's dropping back just a wee bit. That's probably because of the slidey back end he's got. Matt's dropped back a couple of tenths now to Pat, so Matt's out of the DRS zone. Scuba's closing on Matt, so Matt must have made a mistake because Scuba's caught him a wee bit, and because Kelsper was stuck behind Wesker for so long, it has now given Scuba a bit of breathing space between him and Kelsper.
Yeah, but I say Matt's tyres and Pat's tyres must be overheating, and as Dan dies there, so yeah, Matt's into the pit, so is Louis into the pit as well. I said they're going for a set of mediums. They're trying to dive there, Dan.
Yeah. Well, L thinks just got a 3-second penalty. What's Lewis going to do? Yeah, he's going for a set of mediums, so it's looking like most of these boys are going to go for a 2-stop strategy. Unless you could get the mediums 22 laps. I've obviously no idea.
No, it's a push. It's a very big push.
So medium Pilot's still leading the way now. Lewis is that was actually an interesting one though about Elting, because I was saying if he could get a lap or two under his belt, could he actually catch Lewis? But he's about 2.5 seconds behind, so he hasn't really caught too much. So I think Lewis is probably going to get a comfortable lead here once these guys ahead of him do pit.
Yeah, but it depends on when they're going to pit though. Like, that's it, it's 5 seconds. Sector 3.
SH is retired. If this brings out a safety car now, this is going to save Thomas, Pilot and Perpetume from Lewis. But I don't think it is, because he's retired in the pits.
Yeah, I don't understand why you people retire though, if you're so far behind. Like, you're still getting points, but I don't understand that. Like,
I know, I don't understand. I just think it's rage, to be honest. I just think the race hasn't went the way they wanted it to, as HS leaves the session. These boys ahead will be hoping a safety car comes out right about now, but it doesn't look like it's coming. As Thomas is very close behind Medium Pilot pits, so does Thomas. Perpetume is going to stay out for an extra lap. So these two. So we'll see now what happens. Tidgeman's also in as well. Pat's in it. So Scuba's going to take second place. Kelsper's going to take third. Wesker's staying out again, so he's going to take fourth. The interesting question is where's Lewis going to be compared to the likes of Medium Pilot? No, Lewis is just coming out of the last corner. I think he should be comfortably ahead of Medium Pilot. He's just past turn 1. Yeah, he's past Medium Pilot pretty comfortably. As Josh is retired, where is that?
In the pits.
In the pits, so there's another pit stopper. Has retired and he's left the session as well. So Lewis after pitting 1 lap earlier has pulled out about 2 seconds on Medium Pilot. That just shows you how much them softs die.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna start on them tomorrow. I'm gonna look at them.
Well, you know, I don't need to do anything because I'm at the back.
Yeah, I know. Unfortunately.
But Thomas just passed Eltink there into the chicane. Eltink picks up another 3-second penalty, so he's exploring the track limits quite a lot. Thomas is close behind Medium Pilot, but isn't close enough to go for a move. He's still in the DRS, so which is what he wants. And Wesker is close to Kalsper, but not close enough to make a move. And Lewis is all over the back of Combi now, so the double right-hander. The question is he going to make a move? He's very, very close. Just to be careful he doesn't actually spin him out. Don't think he has. He's just, yeah, he's pretty much just breezed past him. Combi broke super late and nothing he could do. And Perpetuum is staying out again for another lap.
Wesker as well.
So maybe I think these boys, Joe, are actually going to try and go for a one-stop softs to mediums, while the rest of them are probably going to go soft, medium, medium, or soft, medium, soft. So it's going to be interesting now to see the strategies, because if Perpetuum can make this one-stop work, it might actually help him. Because I don't think Lewis and all is closing too much time on him.
Gap is 12 and a half seconds. It's coming down a bit. Lewis, Perpetuum. I'll see after another lap. Maybe he might go on hard. I don't know. Like.
Yeah.
Oh.
Don't know, but Medium Pilot has just made the move on Combi pretty easy, so Medium Pilot needs to stick with Lewis here at the minute, but he's struggling to do it because once Lewis gets out of a DRS zone, it's hard to catch him back up. So I think Lewis could probably be on for the win here if Pilot doesn't get his act together. But Thomas has went for an absolute late lunge on Combi, but has made it work, to be fair. But it was a super late lunge.
Yeah, well, but Lewis is going to get held up now if Wesker and Kalsper don't pick, because Kalsper won't let Lewis shoot that easy now.
Yeah, I don't think Wesker will hold him up though, because Wesker he'll not want to damage a Division 1 drivers race, so I think Wesker will probably pit this lap as well. No, he doesn't. No. He stays out again. But I don't think Wesker will. No, he's not really going to be able to do anything. Yeah, let's see, he's probably going to back out of it here. Yeah, he does. Wesker backs out of it pretty comfortably, so Lewis does get 4th place. But interesting question now is Kalsper going to be an easy customer to pass? Because this technically is for position. If Kalsper can hold it behind, then, you know, it's going to help his teammate, because at the minute now Kalsper's not really going to win this race. It's going to be more Medium Pilot, so if he's going to help Medium Pilot win this race, he's going to have to hold up Lewis, but that's a hard thing to do.
It is a hard thing to do, but Lewis is all over him. Sector 1, Sector 2, dark balls, after spinning a fast right-hander or left-hander, whatever it is.
Yeah, and as we were saying there, Kalsper couldn't really do anything to Lewis. Lewis just caught him completely, but Medium Pilot has closed the gap. The gap is well under 2 seconds now, so Pilot is pushing. And I think Lewis can sense that, because the gap is now between the two of them. It only is about 1.2 seconds, so Pilot's caught quite a bit of time as Thomas passes Wesker as well, so Thomas needs to stick with this. This is very close, because nobody, like, I don't know who's going to win this, because the top 5 are all so closely matched in pace.
Kalsper lets Medium Pilot through. There's a yellow flat and it's dartboard again.
But look at this, Kalsper lets Medium Pilot through, but look at how much of a tricky customer he's being for Thomas in the last sector. Very tricky customer. Thomas can't get past as Perpetuum does pit. Is Wesker going to pit? Yeah, he does. Wesker pits as well. Is Wesker going to go for a set of hards? But Lewis is now caught Scuba, and Medium Pilot is 1.5 now behind Lewis, so Lewis getting out of this traffic is now just starting to resume and gain time again.
Pressure's on medium. Lewis gets a 3-second penalty. That was spiked up, Dan.
Wesker, what's Wesker on? He's on the set of mediums, so it looks like Wesker's going to try and go for the one stop from the softs to the mediums. It'd be interesting if he could do it. Oh, and who's that? That's Dartbolt on the wall. I don't know, I just read on board.
It's a safety car. A safety car.
As Lewis was just about to pull the move on Scuba as well, the safety cars come out. Well, you know what this is going to mean, Joe? This is going to help Scuba now, and it's going to be a tricky situation for him as well. Is he going to go for a set of mediums, or is he going to go for a set of hards? Because there's no way he's getting softs to the end.
No, just no.
So it's going to be an interesting. I think Scuba's probably going to be annoyed about this, because he could have done with a couple of extra laps, but he could go for a set of softs and then goes, could he? No, he'd have to go mediums again, then softs again. Which wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing, but this is going to now help Medium Pilot in his pursuit of Lewis. And it's going to be interesting to see what Kelsper can do as well, and Combi.
Yeah, I think the boys, I don't know, Dan. Because Lewis and all the rest of the lads will be doing 2 stops, so yeah, it'd be interesting, alright.
And Scuba, he does. So Lewis pits as well. As Pilot does, they're all going for a set of mediums. These boys, they're going for an all set just to get out of the way. They're all in the pits. Jesus. Hey, well, you know what this actually has done? It's Scuba's went for a set of mediums. Oh, he's gonna have to pit again. If he'd have went for hards, he'd have been in front of Lewis and Medium Pilot. Lewis has went hards. Pilot's went hards.
Fortune is leading. Well,
boy, if Scuba had went for the hard tires, he'd have been in net 3rd place. Oh, that's. I think he's gonna kick himself, but he might have the pace to pull away. But I don't know. I think he probably should have went for hards. Although it's really a hard thing to say because you never know if them boys were gonna go for an all set of mediums.
I don't know. No. It's after spicing things up massively, though.
It is indeed, but you know what this is going to mean? This is going to mean being the pilot and basically the leader of this race on the hard tires, because he's not going to have to pit again. And as well, this has put Combi a net 5th. A net 5th.
Yeah. And Wesker. Wesker's up there, Doug.
Wesker's up there as well. He's in 6th. Jesus. Oh, I don't know what's going to happen here.
Wesker just pitted.
He did.
He didn't hit again, though. Yeah.
No, he didn't.
Maybe.
So
what did he start on?
He started on softs. Him and Perpetuum went late. So Kelsper's going to have to pit, and Scuba's going to have to pit again because Scuba has to change that different set of tires. So that's going to put Combi 5th and Wesker 6th.
I don't think Wesker's getting 17 laps so out of these mediums.
You know, it depends as well. If the safety car stays out for another lap, he should get 16 laps on them. He should. It'll be a push, but he probably will do it. And if he doesn't, he can go softs at the end anyway and be super quick. So it's going to be an interesting one to find out. But the question is Kelsper going to come into the pits now and try and catch back up? Because if he pits now, the safety car's there for at least another lap or 2 because it's going to give him time to catch back up. He's going to have to pit because, yeah, he's going to have to. If he goes for a set of hards, he's going to go hards here. It's the only solution he can do. That's the set of hards. No, that's hards. Yeah, so he's last, so it's going to give him... Well, if he catches back up this lap, the safety car will be in, but it just depends how quickly he can catch back up. He might even come out in front of most of them because they're not even around turn 3 yet.
He'll be right behind.
He's caught up then. It's actually saved him quite a bit, actually.
Yeah, but them hard to be bad, though.
Yes.
2 laps.
The safety car restart's gonna be a pain. Like Scuba realistically should jump Perpetuum at the restart because he's gonna have his tires are gonna warm up a lot quicker. But I don't know. It's because if the boys in the mediums can try and overtake the boys in the hards really quickly, this is gonna spice it up because then you're gonna have Lewis, Pilot, Thomas all trying to fight their way through the pack once them tires die out. But you know the pace in them guys, like it's gonna be very hard for the boys behind to overtake them. So I don't know. Scuba's the one. He's in a tricky situation here now because if he gets past Perpetuum, he has to pull a gap out, and a big gap if he wants any chance of being towards the top 5.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but I think the safety car will probably be in this lap as well because it's in because Kelsper's caught up. So it's going to be interesting. I don't know what way this is going to go, Joe. Are you still going to stick with your prediction of Medium Pilot? Or are you going to change it?
Yeah. No, I'm not changing. I don't change that.
Yeah, I'm probably going to stick with Lewis. I think if Lewis gets close behind Perpetuum, I think he will make the move. But Perpetuum will not be an easy customer to overtake because if it is for the race win, Perpetuum will do everything he can to win the race basically. But It's interesting now to see if Pilot and Thomas can keep up. They need a very good restart. We know what Perpetuum's restarts are like. He slows them up ridiculously. Like, look, he's slowing them up now already. So there could be a few front wings.
Cold tires.
And
cold tires.
So there could be a few front wings flying here very shortly. But he's gone. Has he gone?
No.
He has. Yeah. He's bolted. So he's caught Scuba napping a bit. But Lewis is caught medium Pilot napping, and Lewis is right all over behind Scuba now, so it doesn't matter if Scuba's on the mediums. Lewis is going to apply the pressure on the slower compound, but Scuba has closed up now a wee bit to Perpetuum, and he needs to make this move this lap and pull away. But it's all still, the safety car restart's pretty clean. There's not really many incidents. So it's been a pretty clean safety car restart. Medium Pilot's the only one that's outside the DRS detection zone.
Well, it won't be enabled.
No, it's not going to be enabled yet. So he has time to catch back up. Ball's right on board with Scuba now to see if he can close a medium Pilot. He is closing, but I think he's going to run out of straight until he gets to the next one. He's going to have to get an absolutely fantastic.
Where's the end on?
No, I was just saying that it was very laggy for me, probably because I was streaming as well. So, but he did make the move, and it's good to see. Scuba just needs to keep pulling himself out of that 1 second window, and just hope that the likes of Perpetuum and Lewis and Pilot all fight with each other, and he can gain more time. But yes, the start he wanted, and Matt has made the move on his teammate as well, and that's Pat as well trying to make the move on Combi, but I don't think he can make it. He's trying to go for a bit of a cutback, but well, he isn't. He's just trying to go around the other side.
Oh, he got spin.
Oh, half spun it. Oh, and he half spun it again. It's just, oh, and that's the loud. Coutinho and Kalspers broke his wing as well. That was, I don't know what happened there. I think Combi tried to fight back, but couldn't. And then when he corrected his steering, Coutinho couldn't avoid him, and then Kalspers just caught up on it as well. So it's a real shame, but Scuba has a 9/10 lead, and Lewis is right behind Perpetuum as well.
Nothing the bite could do there.
Nothing to do. Medium Pilot not really closing too much time on Lewis in front of him. I don't know if he's any wing damage or not, but if you're not in the DRS around, especially in this game, there's going to be no chance you're going to stay with the leading pack. But Perpetuum,
no sort of approach.
Perpetuum he's gonna defend it, but is Lewis gonna go for a move on the inside? He isn't. Oh, he's trying to go around the outside. Be a brave move, but he's been run out of road, and Perpetuum has defended it beautifully. And then behind, the gap still close. Think is basically pushing Wesker along the track, pushing him. Is he going to go for it? I think he's going to try and risk it. Oh, he corrected the spin, but it was a risky move to go for. And he nearly collected Tidgeman as well, but thankfully he didn't. And Matt's closely behind this battle as the DRS is now enabled, so Perpetuum needs to get in. Not Perpetuum, Pilot needs to get in the DRS here if he wants to stick with Lewis. Scuba's doing exactly what he needs to do, just absolutely pulling out as much time as he can get. Perpetuum is struggling at the minute to keep these tyres warmed up, but Lewis is looking very sharp.
Pilot just got into the DRS there.
He's in the DRS. It's right here at this white line here, so he is in it. As Nolan picks up a 3-second penalty. Is Nolan and Cliffy fighting? They are. He's been pushed off the track a bit. Nolan's trying to come back at the hairpin. Oh, and it's close, but the two of them are still going very well. As this is Tidgeman making the move on Eltink, and ahead Lewis has made the move on Perpetuum pretty easy. Down the straight, so Perpetuum's going to try and come back at him. But you can see Lewis has just got so much more traction off the corners, and Pilot is trying to close up, but with Perpetuum having DRS he can't really do much about it. Scuba's got a 2.4 second lead.
It's good, that will help him.
But when Matt's picked up a 3-second time penalty, that's not what he wants. Around here as well, time penalties are pretty big, but is Pat going to go for the move? Oh, he was thinking about going for the move down the inside of the double rights, but didn't go for it, wasn't close enough. There's nothing you can do about it, get off. Well, I'll stay on the broadcast view because it looks a lot better. But yeah, 7/10 now. Perpetuum is right behind Lewis. Lewis isn't making too much inroads on Scuba, so Scuba does have the pace despite being on the fresher tyres. Or sorry, the softer compounded tyres. And then Pilot is still very close behind, and Thomas is as well.
As is Wesker and Tujman and Ellington. That is right behind that. Molan's there, Cliffy's there, they're all there.
They're all there. It's a very, very close race, I must say. I think Pat and Matt also came together last week in Japan, so hopefully they don't come together tonight. Nolan is pushing Pat along the hairpin, but it looks like Matt's going to be a sitting duck here at the minute because he's outside the DRS window, and Pat's going to make an easy move. The question is Nolan going to get a double slipstream here? I think Nolan's going to try and go for it. He is down the inside. Oh, it's a brave move, but I think Matt's seen it coming. He did, and I think Matt's going to try and make a cutback, but Tidgeman's also made the move on Wesker ahead. The question is now, as Pat doesn't have the DRS, is Nolan going to make the move? He is. Pat's trying to defend it very well to the inside. Oh, and he's half spun it. Oh, but he's managed to keep it, and Nolan has bars his way through, and he's 2.5 seconds behind after all that battling to anything, so it's going to be hard to catch that back up. But at the minute Lewis isn't really making too much inroads on Scuba, so Scuba's still doing a decent job. I think probably around lap 22, 23 he'll put for a set of sauce and just absolutely just let loose the last 5 laps, because he may as well. But at the minute it's still pretty close. There's nobody really outside each other's detection or DRS window.
Only Nolan that if he's in pits process for.
I think this is probably a wing change. Is it a wing change? No. Yeah, it's a wing change.
That says sauce.
Jesus, 10 laps instead of, but 12 laps instead of sauce, is he mad?
Yeah, I think so.
But Lewis is going well to the left hand side to try and break the slipstream of the guys ahead. As you can see, they're all in one big line, and then you have Scuba just on the right hand side of the track, just minding his own business. But Lewis is starting.
What?
No, I was just saying Lewis is starting to close the gap a wee bit now to Scuba, but as you were saying about Tidgeman.
Tidgeman is closing the gap to Thomas. And Eltink is all over the back of Wesker. They go for the move now on the outside.
Oh, Wesker's going to defend. Oh, he's going to defend it. It's close, but it's good racing. Wesker's run wide. As Cliffy's passed Kelsper, so I think Kelsper pitted, but Eltink has also passed Wesker, and Wesker can't do anything about it. So Eltink is still keeping himself with. I do believe he is friends with Tidgeman as well, so them two guys do know each other, so you never really see too much coming together between them two. Perpetuum's back end again, all slidey out of the last corner.
He's not really pushing, he's not really gaining. Out DRS now, which won't help him at all. Thomas is closing up to Pilot, and Tidgeman's there as well. So I think Perpetuum will be a sitting duck now.
Yeah, I don't think with Perpetuum he actually managed to get himself back in the DRS, so as soon as he falls outside that DRS, like, and he doesn't get it anymore, that's pretty much game over for Perpetuum, because he's not going to close it back up. That's why Pilot can't do anything about it, because Perpetuum is DRS. I can't really see Scuba really holding these guys up too much. I think Scuba's aim is probably to, well, as Eltink picks up another penalty, so that's about 9 seconds he has. I think Scuba's aim is going to be around where Wesker, Nolan and Pat is, around about 8th and 9th place. As we said there, Nolan's about to make the move on Wesker. Wesker tried to defend it, but Nolan just had better closing speed and made the move.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see where he comes out though. I'd say he come out around where Carlsberg Cliffy is, or maybe not. No, sorry, come out behind Matt, or maybe I don't know. How many seconds?
I think Scuba will come out behind Matt. He'll come out quite a long way behind Matt, because a pit stop around here is about, as Carlsberg and Cliffy are going at it again, so it's good battling between the two of them. I think a pit stop around here is, and Cliffy's half spun it from Carlsberg, but and Cliffy's in the wall. That's a rage from Cliffy. Is that going to be a safety car? Because if that's a safety car, it might help Scuba. It might help him in his chance of pitting, but I don't think there's one going to come out. But I was just about to say about the pit stops is, I think it's around 26 seconds.
Yes.
So I think it's around about 26 seconds. So he is going to come out behind Matt, and he's going to be about 16 seconds behind him. So that'll probably be the gap. That'll probably be the fight towards the end of the race between the two of them.
Yeah, and it'll be a C because of 50's retirement.
Would have been interesting if the VSC had come out just a couple of seconds earlier, because Scuba probably could have got into the pits for a set of softs and lost less time, but see now who's going to gain here. Medium Pilot's eager to get on with it. VSC is ended, and Lewis has closed the gap to Scuba, so he's got Scuba napping a wee bit. Purple half spun up. Purple back end is very slippy. As Matt and Pat are having a battle, and Wesker's just ahead of the pair of them. Matt's on the curb. That's going to land the brake a bit later. What happened?
Big crash.
What happened there?
Don't know.
It's going to just right on board with Carlsberg to see where Matt's in the wall.
He's under the bridge. Under the bridge then. Well, just after the bridge.
Is that Matt and Pat have come together again, or is it?
I think it could have been Wesker.
That's gonna be interesting, because it actually is Wesker, because Wesker sustained wing damage, so these two are in a party together, so I think Matt's gonna be absolutely raging at Wesker.
I'm not looking forward to that party.
But Nolan and Elthink are both having a battle. Nolan's just passed them, so it was an easy move for Nolan, as Scuba's come out 14 seconds behind Pat, so it's going to be a big chasing down for him in the next 8 laps. He should be about a second and a half quicker a lap. Whether it'll help him or not, I don't know. If another safety car comes out, he probably will pit again for a set of softs again. But Lewis leads by 1.6 seconds over Perpetuum, who can't close the gap, who has actually lost a lot of time. And Medium Pilot, who was looking very good to start the race, but I think just towards the later stages, Lewis has just pulled out the gap, and it's just shown why he is the championship leader towards the end of the season.
I'm not going to say it.
It's got about 12 seconds.
Yeah, about that. Oh, lag.
But this gap at the front is still pretty close. Lewis is just pulling away, but the final spots in the podium are still up for grabs, because Thomas is not too. Who is that? That's Nolan. Nolan spun it.
Nolan.
And he's reversing on it. I don't think he's reversing on the track. I think he just bounced completely off the. Well, he's reversing now. Yeah, he's retired.
No.
Is this going to be a safety car now? Jesus, the amount of people that have been in it tonight. Holy God. And Wesker's retired.
Safety car.
Here we go. Everybody is going to pit for a set of softs. Everybody. And they're all just going to go. Well, Combi and Gagino are both already in. But the question is though, Joe, is Scuba going to stay out? Because he's only done 1 lap on them tyres.
I don't know. It's going to be interesting. I think he should stay out. But Excuse me. What was I saying? He's yeah, he's 14 seconds behind. Like, and you're saying how much is a pit stop? Like
it's about 26, but under the safety car it's a lot less. So he probably won't gain much time on the guys ahead of him. He might get ahead of Pat, but I can't see him getting ahead of the likes of like Eltink, Tidgeman, Thomas, all them boys.
So it's going to be a double sacking anyways with the Alpha boys.
But the top 5, the top 6 are all in, and Pat's in as well. So that's the top 7. Nolan's left the session. So what's Scuba going to do now? Eltink's retired as well.
Wow.
What's that about? Is Scuba going to pit? He may as well. No, he's not. He's going to stay out. He's going to jump. He's only going to jump Pat. He's not going to jump Tidgeman or anybody like that. All them boys are coming out there now.
He's going to
Hi, he might actually. Where's he going? He's jumped Tidgeman, but he hasn't jumped Thomas. This is... Scuba's on.
It's spicy.
Scuba's now in the mix with the big boys, so he's done a very good strategy call.
We see Scuba MC win in Abu Dhabi. Find out in the next 7 laps.
Like, we only have 10 classified drivers at the minute. 10.
It's quite mad.
From 19 drivers to 10. Like,
it better not be like this tomorrow or Friday.
Joe, well, hopefully you don't bin it tomorrow then.
Good one.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, Dan. I don't know. Maybe it's just the track. Like, the track is just.
Yeah, it's not
even
like...
add this number, like, it's disgusting.
Because
I'd rather Monaco. It's 24 days of the week.
No,
Monaco.
No, you wouldn't.
I would. I'm a master at Monaco. Yeah, so it's gonna be interesting then with the whole field, like, because Scuba only had. Oh, what? What?
Huh.
Scuba got a 5-second penalty.
Probably for cutting a corner onto the safety car, because it gives it to you. But Tidgeman's just messaged into the PSN chat saying the lobby's very laggy, so that's probably why we've seen a lot of rage quits.
Yeah.
That's Codemasters.
Yeah.
That's
Codemasters. You saw how you're into now, yeah.
To be quiet, would you?
I'll host next week. Where's your code commentator, anyways?
Huh?
Where's your code commentator?
Oh, I don't know. Out for the foreseeable.
I seen on YouTube there, he's doing photo scrims on Fortnite.
There you go.
Yeah. Big Don doing Fortnite. Yeah, I don't know, Scuba's tires could be well and truly cooked into this.
That's the only problem, but it depends, because he's now because I don't really think they suffer from wear. I think they more suffer from overheating, and because he's behind the safety car, they're not going to overheat that much at all. So he might be okay to survive, because safety car will come in this lap and he'd have 6 laps just to go for it. So he might be okay, especially on a low tank of fuel as well.
Spoiled, yeah. Sure. Safety car will be in this lap and get racing.
Is indeed only. Actually, you'll be winning the next 10 minutes anyway. You'll be alright.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the penalties are an interesting one, Dan. I must say, very interesting.
So we're just going to have to wait for the guys to go again. As Perpetuum's eager to get he's eager to get underway, but I think Lewis has bolted. Yeah, he has. But Perpetuum hasn't really been caught napping this time. He's been on the ball, but Medium Pilot's also there as well, so looks like Lewis hasn't really caught too many of them napping. And yeah, everybody else pretty much. That's good to see, but the top 10 only covered by like 3 seconds. That's brilliant.
Yes, well, there's only 10 drivers then, so.
I know. Question is now, is Casper going to make a move? He isn't. Oh, that was Coutinho. I think he probably has wing damage again. No, he doesn't. He's okay at the minute. So 10 drivers left. Anybody close enough to make a move? Well, Tidgeman's very close behind Scuba, and I think he probably is going to have. Yeah, he's going to go for it here. He's got the slipstream. Doesn't have the DRS. Scuba doesn't really have much straight line speed, but he does defend it pretty well. He's a lot later on the brakes. But Tidgeman's going to get a fantastic exit here, and Scuba's not really going to be able to defend this one. As in the background, Combi's overtaking Coutinho. But here we go. Oh, that's a late move from Tidgeman, and that's pushed Scuba off the track, and Tidgeman's also broke his wing. And Tidgeman spun as well. That's the... Oh, I don't know what happened there. That was... I think it was frustration. Scuba didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah, it was a late switch back on Tidgeman's behalf now, I must say.
Yeah, very late switch back. But no harm, no foul, nobody get taken out, so that's good.
And does he have damage like?
Oh, Tidgeman, he does. He's lost his right end plate, so that's going to allow Kelsper to just completely breeze past him down the straight. Lewis has got a 1.5 second lead, so Lewis is just going for it right now because he may as well. He's got the DRS and all to do it. Perpetuum's trying to keep with him, but find it very hard, and Pilot's looking the quicker of the two of them. Into the hairpin now we go. Question is Pilot going to get a better exit? Well, it actually looks like Perpetuum got the better exit, but and that's a surprise considering the fact Perpetuum's back end's been all over the show.
Yeah,
Scuba, don't know what's happened. I just don't think Scuba's. You're probably right about Scuba's tires. Is that they're probably shot, which is why he's lost so much time.
Yeah, maybe with the battling then with Tidgeman as well, I suppose.
But if he can still keep a top 5, he'd be happy with that, I think, because I don't really think he expected much coming into this Grand Prix, and it depends if the boys in front have any penalties as well, because if they have like 6 seconds or something, you never know, he could promote himself into 3rd place.
It's juicy then, let's just say that. It's juicy.
That's it, but the top 4 are still pretty close together. I think Lewis is probably going to win this because it doesn't look like Perpetuum's closing the gap. But Pilot is trying everything he can to get past Perpetuum. He does have the DRS this time around, so hopefully this does help him as you get a decent helicopter shot. It's beautiful through the fast left right handers. It's fantastic. Here he comes now into the, I think that's turn, I can't even remember, I think that's turn 3. And this should be the move now for Pilot. He should probably make it very easy. We're right on board, just see how much straight line speed he's got.
Good wait. Ooh, and Thomas closes right up.
Yeah, I've noticed that Thomas is very, very confident on the brakes.